Hello, my name is Christina Nige, and I'm the reporter for PUC Podcast. And I'm usually not in front of the camera, I'm usually the one behind the camera interviewing people. But this week's issue was about how people don't show up to essay events or school events, and most of the people that I talked to did not want to show up for an interview as well. The general consensus was that most people who don't show up have either studying or they want to sleep or they want to do whatever else they want to do more than they want to come to the events, and that's why they don't come.
Hey PUC, welcome to another edition of PUC Cast. We're back after our little long weekend and midterms. Hopefully that all went well for you. Now, what we have going on right now is a very special episode on something that really has been plaguing the campus of PUC, and that is student involvement and student awareness on what's going on and involvement with different events and things that we have going on in the PUC campus community. So with me, I have a very full panel with us tonight. First of all, we have our SA president, Derek Sloan, who's right here. We also have Andy Riffle, who is a student here at PUC. He's also a presidential SA candidate for our elections that are coming up within the month. We also have Robin Wake, our social VP, who plans our events and does all that good stuff. Ryan Holmes, executive vice president. You guys know him quite well if you've been following the show. He is in charge of Senate affairs. So we actually have quite a bit of email tonight. It was kind of hard because I got a ton of email on this, and so let's get right to it. First email. I believe there to be multiple problems. There's a different atmosphere on campus this year, and SA has no control over that. However, there is something significantly lacking in SA this year. SA needs to take the initiative to get the student body involved. This requires assertive PR effort. It also involves the SA leaders to be prominent, active members of the student body. Public relations is definitely lacking. The advertisements and emails sent out have a high school air to them, and the lack of responsibility and desperateness conveyed by telling students to put expensive SA activities on their school bill and to worry about it later is obnoxious. Information and signups for the Tri-Campus Retreat barely came out 2 weeks beforehand, in reference to SA officers failing to play a leading role among the student body, except for their onstage presence at a few occasions. I would not even know who the president or religious vice president are. Now, with that one, that raises quite a few questions to start out with. And number one, I think, that was brought up several times was basically taking the initiative to get student body involved and kind of getting the word out through PR and everything. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but like, what kind of like stuff have you guys done so far, like PR-wise? Like Robin, do you usually, who do you go to? Like, because I know a lot of times when I go to the campus center and stuff, I see things hanging up and over the place. But I think that's basically for your events, and I'm kind of curious on how, like stuff like you've planned, and I know Derek and stuff like that. Like, how have you guys gone about that? What do you think has brought up this question?
Well, I think in a lot of ways PR could be improved, but unfortunately there's only so many venues for PR that we can use. Like there's email, phone message, poster, and CAF.
Right.
And possibly newspaper. And we use all of those venues.
Yeah.
If it were up to me, I'd be plastering posters all over campus, but there's only certain places that you can put them without other people taking them down.
Another thing I think people don't understand is that we actually have a budget for PR, and that if my budget was unlimited, for every single event I'd send everyone little things in their mailboxes so they could have something physical. And I started doing that in the beginning, but it's way too expensive.
But like I can remember it, like, because I know they brought up these things like it's high schoolish and stuff like that.
Right.
Because some of the stuff we have to resort to stuff that's not so much high quality.
Well,
like
it's
I know
not
for
a
like
full-time job for me. That's
Right.
what people don't understand too. Is I do emails and I do phone mail, and for every single event, I always have posters up at least a week in advance, and it's just. I don't really, if anyone has any suggestions, I guess, let me know.
In your defense, though, I think some of the advertisements were really high class, like the invitations to the Masquerade Ball.
Yeah.
Those were super good.
Yeah, and those were
But,
extremely expensive, so I can't do that for everything as much as I'd like to, So.
Maybe I should take credit for the high school quality emails, because I usually slip in a few jokes. I thought they were funny. I guess I'm a loser. I'll send out one highbrow email
There you
and
go.
one to like appeal to the lowest
There
common
you go.
denominator.
All right, I like that.
I'm kind of interested, like from a student's point of view, when like our PR goes out. I know we've had different things like Robin sent out the masquerade ball invitations. Some people kind of get their word out by coming in, through the show or hanging like posters up and stuff. What like have you experienced anything this year that's like maybe a little more appealing to you than others just because of the way it's presented PR-wise, or do you think it just depends on the event?
I think my favorite was when advertising for the masquerade ball. Robin was going around the cafeteria and she was actually speaking to us specifically and showing us pictures of what we'd be seeing, and that really like gave you a picture of what you were coming to, and it got you excited about it, and it was something physical that you could see, something concrete.
Okay.
And I think that's really helpful also because word of mouth helps, and just seeing the person advertising it, the person that put it together, helps out a lot.
Awesome. All right. We're limited on time, so let's hop right on to the next email. I consider myself to be an involved student here at PUC. Ever since high school, I've always tried to grow through the different events that my schools have offered. However, I express my disappointment. I need to express my disappointment in the lack of originality of events that have been going on this year. I know the job of social VP is a tough and demanding job, but we need more creativity in our events. Most of the stuff this year have been repeats. Another fashion show, more broom ball, another get acquainted party with basically all the same things from last year. What we need are events that push the envelope a little, that have us think outside the box. Traditions are cool, but we need a lot of fresh, new ideas that make this year unique and memorable. What about putting together a banquet somewhere crazy and non-cliche, etc.? I can't come up with a bunch of ideas off the top of my head, but what about putting together...
San Francisco?
Hold on, just almost done. But what about putting together a group of students to help brainstorm and plan? Okay, go.
Could we do like San Francisco diner? Maybe 60s, 50s, 70s?
That's a good point, Derek. Interestingly enough, that is what my next banquet is. It's in the city, and there's really nowhere else to go, I think, on PUC. I mean, we live up on a hill 20 minutes away from everything, and we're limited. And maybe this person came to PUC just starting this quarter. I wouldn't be surprised. But first quarter I was here, I had the Sunset Safari, which has never been done ever. And we were all going to Marine World, and the Masquerade Ball, a banquet on campus, I thought was extremely creative. But I don't know, and we've never done dancing at PUC either, which has been huge. And I've also gotten a lot of student appreciation for that.
Like that, and being able to push like that.
That is pushing.
When I say stuff like that, I think a lot of people just say that and then kind of just dismiss it and be like, oh, okay, well that's going on this weekend, but I'm doing this. And then some of the big major events that we have, like the big events that we have, like that I've noticed. I mean, this is only my second year here. I like the big traditions that PUC has, and like traditions are necessary, like banquets and stuff like that. But like the little things that I've noticed, like they're really cool, and like originality has come out of that. And so, like, I think most of all what we can take from this email, I believe, and you guys can create.
Can I make another comment whenever?
Absolutely. But just to put my 2 cents in is that go to all the different events and don't just comment on the little ones or on the big main ones.
Being that I'm representative of the entire student body, I also have gotten tons of requests to have broom ball.
Yeah.
I know that specifically, and the very first event that I'm required to plan is the all-school get acquainted party. It is something that is always done every single year. It's not even an option. There's nothing else to do differently. The CAF always provides food, so I don't know how you could have done that any different.